10 key anti-corruption strategies and reforms that President John Mahama could fight corruption with in Ghana, 2025-2028. Ghana, the land of gold, democracy, and hope. But for decades, corruption has drained billions from national development, affecting jobs, healthcare, education, and human development index. As president, John Dramani Mahama has resolved to stamp out corruption in Ghana as he serves his last presidential term in office. The nation's biggest question remains: can he finally defeat corruption and reset Ghana? In this video, we explore 10 powerful reforms President John Dramani Mahama, aka JM, can implement from 2025 to 2028 to tackle corruption head-on, focusing on legal reforms, prosecution efficiency, asset recovery, and institutional integrity. Under the given thematic areas like amendment of the verdict of proof law, length of prosecution, recovery of loots and transparent asset declaration, as well as lifestyle audit of public officials, etc. Let's delve into it. Number 1. Amendment of the verdict of proof law as proposed by the former Auditor General, Mr. Domelevo. President Mahama could propose an amendment to Ghana's Evidence Act or related laws to shift the burden of proof in unexplained wealth cases. This means that public officials with wealth beyond their known income would be required to prove its legitimacy, reversing the traditional innocent until proven guilty standard. Only for corruption-related investigations or cases. Such a reform would discourage illicit enrichment and empower anti-graft agencies to do their work diligently. If we should have such laws in place where the burden of proof is on the accused, there would be an end by now to Cecilia Dapaya's money-hoarding saga issue and the PPA contract for sale case involving former PPA boss Aganim Boateng Ajay, also the current serious corruption cases involving NSA bosses Osei Asibe Antwi and Gifty Ower Mensah's ghost name saga deal, as well the National Food and Buffer Stock Company, NAFCO, CEO, Hanan, Abdul Wahab Aludiba, money stealing, and laundering cases will be easy to crack. Number 2. Speeding up the length of corruption prosecutions. Mr. Domelevo again pointed out that mechanisms should be put in place to speed up hearing of corruption cases to prevent cases from dragging for years. The former Auditor General posited the establishment of special anti-corruption courts with strict case timelines. For instance, between 9 to 12 months for expeditious trials of corruption cases, by assigning dedicated judges and prosecutors trained in financial and cyber crimes. Also, the introduction of digital tracking of corruption cases to ensure transparency and judicial progress in order to avoid unnecessary adjournment of corruption cases. Number 3. Strengthening the asset recovery and loot claim system. President Mahama's administration should reinforce the Office of the Special Prosecutor, OSP, and Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO, to trace, seize, and reclaim looted state assets, both locally and internationally. Set up an asset recovery fund where recovered wealth could directly support development projects in health, education, and rural infrastructure. Collaborate internationally under mutual legal assistance treaties, MLATs, for cross-border asset retrieval. The recovery of the looted assets should be decoupled from human face, such that those criminals involved should not benefit anything at all from their loots, so as to serve as deterrent to both current and future public office holders. Number 4. Full disclosure and lifestyle audits of public officials. Mr. Domelevo also believed that the current asset declaration law is opaque and secretive, which could fuel corruption. Hence, the asset declaration regime should be made mandatory annually for ministers, MPs, and public officers and be published publicly for citizens to review, with severe sanctions meted out to non-compliance with dismissal and forfeiture of assets. He also emphasized on the introduction of lifestyle audits process, using technology to track sudden wealth accumulation of public officials, with appropriate sanctions to those found guilty. By so doing, this could reduce the thievery and abuse in our governance system. Number 5. Strengthening whistleblower and witness protection laws. Amend the Whistleblower Act, 2006, to guarantee anonymity, financial rewards, and legal protection for citizens who expose corruption. This could encourage citizens to speak and point out corrupt officials in their neighborhoods. Establish a whistleblower protection unit under the Attorney General's Department. This will encourage and assure citizens' participation and protection of informants from retaliation. Number 6. Digitalization of government transactions. Government should continue and expand e-governance systems to reduce direct human contact in service delivery, mandate cashless transactions for public procurement, customs, and licensing, use blockchain technology to track public funds and contracts, reducing leakages, also deal ruthlessly with bank officials who condo and connive with these unscrupulous public officials to siphon state resources carelessly. Number 7. Public procurement and contract transparency. President Mahama's regime should revise the Public Procurement Act to enforce open tender systems and online publication of all government contracts. Impose severe penalties for inflated contracts or sole sourcing abuses. Introduce real-time contract monitoring dashboards accessible to citizens, civil societies, and the media for public scrutiny and accountability. Number 8. Political party financing reform. Introduce a political party's financing bill to make campaign funding transparent. Limit corporate and foreign donations. Require mandatory auditing of all campaign accounts. Provide state support for parties that meet transparency standards by reducing dependence on illicit funds. Number 9. Empowering civil society and media. Strengthen the Right to Information Act, RTI, by removing bureaucratic barriers for easy accessibility. Protect journalists investigating corruption cases through media, freedom and guarantees. Establish a national integrity forum, including civil society, academia, and private sector, to monitor government accountability. Number 10. Leadership by example and strict accountability. The President and his cabinet must publicly declare their assets and subject themselves to independent audits. Enforce a zero-tolerance policy on corruption. Any minister or appointee under investigation should step aside immediately. Launch a clean governance agenda with measurable targets and annual corruption performance reports. All these strategies and reforms could help reduce, if not eradicate, corruption in the Republic. In conclusion, if President Mahama, 2025-2028, executes these 10 reforms, Ghana could shorten corruption trials, recover billions in stolen assets, restore public trust, and reposition Ghana as one of Africa's leading nations in transparency and good governance. This comprehensive approach, combining legal reforms, technology, citizen engagement, and ethical leadership, would mark a decisive turn in Ghana's long battle against corruption. This is not just about politics, it's about restoring moral leadership in Ghana. But the question now is, will he take the bold step? Together, let's build the Ghana we want, where honesty pays. If you agree with this proposal, drop your comment. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel for more. Bye.